Alright folks, I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin as always. This is EXE DualShock and I welcome you back. Cutting right down to the business here folks. Last week as we were going off the air, we got to witness a conversation between the general manager Tony Hawk and Ken. During that conversation, Tony Hawk came to the conclusion that at save point in 2 weeks, it's going to be Ken going against Henry Rollins, our EXE World Heavyweight Champion, in the main event at save point. Now, Ken has yet to make his in-ring debut here at EXE, but Tony Hawk has booked a couple of matches for Ken. One tonight and one next week, and he says if Ken can remain undefeated until save point, that bout against Henry Rollins at save point will be for the EXE World Heavyweight Championship. Ken makes his in-ring debut tonight in the main event, but first we need to qualify our second number one contender for the EXE TV title. And speak of the devil, that match starts now. It's Lara Croft approaching the ring. She of course put on a fantastic, impressive performance last week, enough to get the attention of General Manager Tony Hawk, who put her in this number one contenders match, which I think she deserves. And her opponent in this number one contenders match, none other than the Caped Crusader Batman. Now the first thing I said about Batman when he came out at the Wreckfest, I used to watch this sumbitch on my TV when I was a kid. So I think it's only fitting that he is getting a number one contender shot at the EXE TV title because Batman has kicked more ass on television than probably anyone else in our locker room. Our first match of the night is underway, Lara versus Batman. They are both up for a tough fight tonight. Okay, that's a way to do this. Batman is making Lara dizzy as fuck and me dizzy as fuck by spinning around with the Tomb Raider held up on his shoulders, but Lara gets right back up and she boasts that she is not fazed by this, but Batman goes for a quick attack. They both avoid each other. Batman went for a high punch, Lara went for a leg sweep, and they both got out of each other's way. Now these two obviously have never had a match in EXE, but I don't think they've ever had any sort of altercation, so to see them avoid each other's moves at the same time like that, you gotta assume that they have studied up on each other. They're perhaps fanatics of each other. As a shovel is introduced in this match, Lara Croft, but Batman takes that shovel right back, and he's getting immediate revenge, battering Lara Croft over the back with that shovel. Devastating. Absolutely devastating, but Lara Croft, she doesn't give a fuck. Right back into the ring, Lara Croft throws Batman, and she goes in after him. Now, of course, the winner of this match is going to go on to face Rob Van Dam next week in a match for the EXE TV title. That is a title that is going to be defended every single week here on DualShock. Batman goes for a pin. Lara kicks out very quickly. She wants that title shot. But Batman wants to boast. Lara puts that to a quick end and gets him right back into this match. Oh my god, that ripcord clothesline. Lara absolutely weighed Batman out with that. But yeah, like I said, the EXE TV title is going to be defended every single week here on DualShock. And I think whether Rob Van Dam, Lara Croft, or Batman wins that title next week, it will be in safe hands. Lara Croft with the Irish Whip. She is just manhandling Batman at this point. He's getting some offense in, but Lara, considering the size difference, Lara is really impressing me. For the second week in a row, she grabs the shovel, but Batman kicks it out of her hand. Lara goes for a big drop kick, and Batman is planning something. Oh no, he's doing a sleeper hold. I don't think that's a good idea at all to do that move. I think Batman is maybe in for some trouble. I don't think Henry Rollins is going to like one bit that Batman is using what he thinks is his move. Lara delivering punches as retaliation. Huge drop kick. Lara's drop kick is absolutely insane. She rightfully hooks the leg for a pin. And she gets a 2 count out of Batman. Batman better hope that Henry does not watch this match because he is not going to be happy to see that someone is using the sleeper hold. Lara sending Batman back and forth, maybe winding him a bit with that Irish Whip. And kneeing him in the head. I can't get over the fact that he used that sleeper. And it wasn't even a very good sleeper hold, obviously, because Lara got out of it very quickly. Henry's sleeper hold is perhaps, like I said before, the most devastating move in EXE today. As Lara and Batman go back and forth. Irish whip to the corner. Big uppercut from Batman. Things might be looking dark for Lara. Let's see what Batman has in store for her. Holy shit! Right on the shovel, and he goes right up to the top rope. Batman with a flying fist to the face of Lara Croft. It is not looking good for the Tomb Raider as Batman gets up on the top rope again. But Lara, she cleverly avoids it this time and delivers a Tomblight drive just barely on the shovel. Goes for a pin. But Batman is not out yet. Lara informed me that that finishing move is called the Tomblight drive. I was very impressed with it last week. The way she pulls that move out, it is like she's on autopilot. It's like she's some kind of robot as she batters Batman with the shovel to try and put him away. But Batman is not going to have any more of that. He's got her by the shoulders. What is he willing to do to put her away? He wants a turn at that shovel. But Lara, another Tomblight drive. Can that be the end of it, folks? It sure can. Lara is your #1 contender for the EXE TV title. She will go on to face Rob Van Dam next week for that championship. Very impressive as always is Lara Croft, but Batman put on a good performance. He put on a hard fight. He did not make it easy for Lara, but I am excited to see her go and face RBD. It's time for our second match, folks, and approaching the ring is Steven Richards, a hardcore legend, an old buddy of mine from the days of Attitude, looking to pave a new path for himself in EXE, just as he has done in many promotions all around the world. It's Steven Richards. And who is his opponent?
Mr. Freeman, you have been chosen for a very important task in the future. Preparation for such a task requires vigorous training. After all, practice makes perfect. So let's start things off easy.
Oh my God. Theoretical physicist turned savior of humanity Gordon Freeman is here in EXE. It looks like the sumbitch just teleported into the room, and he brings with him an overwhelming sense of dread that I don't know if anyone else can feel, but I can feel it right in my chest. Our second matchup is starting, folks, both Steven and Gordon making their EXE in-ring debuts. Gordon Freeman is wasting no time getting the offense in. 2 Irish whips to the corner already. Gordon Freeman throws Steven's head into that turnbuckle. What the hell is he doing? Lifting Steven Richards' entire body weight by the neck. That is extremely impressive. I don't know what kind of suit Gordon Freeman is wearing, but if it gives him some sort of advantage in the strength department, I wouldn't be surprised. But a nice clothesline from Steven Richards and a kick to the back. You know, say what you want about Steven Richards. He hasn't won a lot of high-profile matches, but he always gets his shit in. He is a top-level competitor, and he is looking to pave a new path to rewrite his legacy in EXE. Gordon Freeman going for a pin, but Steven gets the shoulder up like it's nothing, and he gets back to his feet again like it's nothing. Now, Gordon Freeman is one of those EXE competitors that has faced unforeseeable odds. Gordon Freeman has been to a different planet, folks. He has fought aliens. He has fought mercenaries. He's fought just about anything you can think of, folks, except he has not fought Steven Richards, and Steven is making that known today as he grabs a shovel from under the ring, looking to do Gordon in with a foreign object. Gordon is not going to let that happen. He's got Steven up at Steven. He gets right out of that. Goes for a quick pin. But Gordon gets the shoulder up just as quickly as Steven did earlier. It looks like Steven might be in for some unforeseen consequences. Gordon Freeman pinning Steven Richards down with the strength of that suit. And this match is over, folks. Steven is out of this match. Gordon Freeman is your victor. He wins his EXE debut with an impressive, quick performance. Makes light work of Steven Richards. And he is just lifelessly staring into the audience. He may be a fucking weirdo, but Gordon Freeman is your winner. Coming up next, folks, is the main event. Ken makes his in-ring debut against a mystery opponent right after this. Stay tuned.
Deception is in us all.
We're back, folks, and it's time for the main event. There is the man of the night, Ken, making his in-ring debut after a series of altercations with Henry Rollins these past couple weeks. Henry Rollins beat the shit out of Ken last week, and he seems to be healing from it. He's still got a bit of a black eye, but he has told the referees and the medical team that he is ready for in-ring action. His opponent is a mystery to us, though. I wonder who it's going to be. Why, it's only the rootin'est, tootin'est cowboy in the wild, wild west. Woody, Sheriff Woody, makes his in-ring debut as well. Now, just as I collect my Barbies and my Ken dolls, I also collect the likes of Buzz Lightyear and, of course, Sheriff Woody. Now, Woody here is looking like an actual doll. Of course, there are dolls based on Ken, but he looks like a regular man. Woody here looks like a life-size doll that Ken just slammed onto the mat and is looking to put away immediately. But Woody's not going to let it happen. Ken is confident going into his in-ring debut, and he's looking to choke Woody out immediately right after that pin attempt. Ken is eager to win this match as soon as possible, but Woody is not going to let it happen just yet. Remember, if Ken wins this match and his match next week, he is going to get a title shot against Henry Rollins at Save Point in 2 weeks. He must be eager to get that title shot. He is showboating for the crowd. That is the Ken that I know. He is a cocky son of a bitch, but we love him all the more for it. Ken going up to the top rope looking for some high-risk action. What is he going for? A nice moonsault, a picture-perfect moonsault. He hooks the leg of Woody. Gets a 2 count, but this match is not over yet. But Ken still has time to play a little bit of air guitar, put on a show for the audience as he kicks Woody's ass, quite frankly. A nice suplex. You know, this is the fun Ken that I remember before the whole Henry Rollins and Barbie fiasco. Ken was, you know, the funnest guy in the room. He always loved being the center of attention. A suicide dive out to Woody. And he's just, like I said, he is showboating. Ken loves being the life of the party. A nice dropkick from Woody. Woody is finally retaliating here at ringside. Big suplex from Woody. Ken is definitely not out of the woods quite yet as Woody drives his head into that outside mat. You gotta wonder if Woody is the victor of this matchup. Is he in the conversation to get a world title shot? Because, you know, Ken, you know, he's not quite world champion yet. He could be in 2 weeks. Whoa. But if Woody has a victory over potentially the #1 contender for the EXE World Heavyweight Championship, he could become #1 contender himself. I don't know what the GM Tony Hawk has in his mind, but I could easily see that happening. It's going to take a lot to beat Ken, though. Oh, a sit-out pile driver in the outside. Perhaps a taunt of how Henry Rollins drove Barbie's head into a stop sign with that same pile driver. Yeah, that's no coincidence. Woody with a stop sign of his own. Ken goes for a suicide dive, but Woody gets back in the ring to avoid it. He tosses that stop sign down on the floor as he gets outside of the ring, but Woody, he gets his face thrown into that stop sign. You do not disrespect Ken or Barbie by making light of that horrible event that happened at the Wreckfest when Barbie's head was driven into a stop sign. Ken looking to make a stop sign moment of his own. Oh, fuck. Woody, that has gotta hurt, bud. The thing about Woody, though, is, like, I don't even know if he has any bones to break. The dude looks like a life-size doll as Ken tosses him back down onto the ground, but he gets right back up. All those punches. Ken really, I think he felt disrespected by this whole stop sign thing. Maybe it triggered a little bit of PTSD to that traumatic event at the Wreckfest. Ken tossing Woody on the floor over and over. Ken tossing that stop sign over the head of Woody. That has gotta fucking hurt. Jesus Christ, Ken. You know, early on in this matchup, Ken was willing to have a little bit of fun with his opponent. He was showboating. You know, it was a lighthearted match. But as soon as that stop sign came into the equation, it has been a different story. Hooks a leg. This match is not over yet. Ken has been very aggressive on the outside ever since that stop sign came into his line of sight, and I can't even say I blame him. If you are going to make fun of what happened at the Wreckfest to Barbie, then you do not got a friend in me. But Woody, he doesn't need any friends, he just needs the DDT. Looking to end this matchup, he hooks Ken's leg up. Oh my, that was probably the closest near fall we have had in EXE so far. Woody is back into this match full force, and he's in the driver's seat, folks. What has he got for Ken? Oh no, not another pile driver, doubling down on his taunts, but Ken gets up. A kick to the midsection. He's got Woody up on his shoulders. What is he looking for? A GTS. Is it over, folks? 1, 2. Ken is your winner. He wins his EXE debut, and he is one step closer to that EXE World Heavyweight Championship at Save Point in 2 weeks. Now, Henry Rollins, he has taken the week off, but you can only imagine that he is sitting at home watching this match, seething as Woody quickly makes his way backstage out of embarrassment. But yeah, I can't imagine Henry is too happy to see this victory from Ken in his in-ring debut. Oh shit. Woody! We don't have time for this. We have to get to the Simpsons. Good night, folks.